The goal of this project was to show the impact that Elder Street Artists Lofts has on Houston arts community in particular and Houston in general. But very quickly, I learned that you can't understand how Esal impacts Houston unless you understand the model developed by the NPO developer ArtSpace. ArtSpace has created and sustained affordable live workspace projects across the country. Their stated mission is, ArtSpace's mission is to create, foster, and preserve affordable space for artists and arts organizations.
So they brought those type of people together to basically bring new life into this building that was totally abandoned. And as you pointed out, now we have a community garden, and we have a lot of artists thriving here that frankly we probably wouldn't be able to otherwise, I'll say, because of how nice this place is, because of the rent, the safety. I made one of my albums basically on the money I saved from moving in here compared to just paying bills and everything at other places I was at.
There's more of a sense of community because I think because there's so many artists in the building, we all kind of have a shared interest in promoting each other, and we just collaborate on different things.
With over 30 projects across the US, the model has repeated itself many times. 1. Locate and buy historical property that is in ruins. 2. Secure financing, renovate, and build out spaces for artists. 3. Rent the spaces for affordable prices that allow artists to remain in the center of the arts community of a city. 4. Maintain the building and the rent structure so that the artists are not crowded out by the Soho effect, where artists bring up the neighborhood, causing property values to rise so high the artists themselves can no longer afford to live there. First, historic preservation took the rotting and abandoned 1924 Jefferson Davis Hospital building and restored and repurposed the structure. This became the anchor for the improvement of the First Ward Arts District, where it is located. Secondly, the revitalization of the area began after Esal was opened in 2005. Next, Ecclesia Church renovated an abandoned warehouse across the street from Esal and has become a thriving place of worship for young intellectuals. The community gardens of the First Ward Arts District were consolidated on the grounds of the Esal. A joint effort of the residents and community neighbors provides produce for the loft tenants and the neighborhood. Station Theater, 3 blocks away on Houston Avenue, renovated an old brick structure and now has improv comedy performances and classes for high school students. And finally, the area that encompasses Esal, Washington Avenue Arts District, has been designated by the state of Texas as a cultural district, which puts it on a par with the Houston Museum District and makes it a destination neighborhood. Affordable live workspace protected against the rising rents as the area rebounds economically. The ambiance of collaboration, stimulation, and networking that inspires and supports artists to create. The performances on the grounds and the art on exhibit in the hallways and the open studio events such as Art Crawl Houston make the lofts a center for artists and art enthusiasts to come together. The studios and galleries in the area give the artists in Esal a highly visible, dynamic place to exhibit their work, such as Mother Dog Studios, Hardy Nance Studios, and Spring Street Galleries, as well as many others. The diversity that the artists bring to the Houston art scene has reached critical mass. Having the largest concentration of working artists in the state in this area led to the Washington Avenue Arts District designation as a cultural district, which leads to destination identity for Houston. Economically, the creative economy of Houston, a study commissioned by the Houston Arts Alliance and the University of Houston, shows data to support the following findings. Houston has approximately 150,000 people working in the creative arts full-time. Houston ranks highest in pay for creative workers at $21.58 an hour, ahead of New York and LA. The total creative industry production in Houston is $12 billion, and the net earnings of creative workers is $4.2 billion in the Houston MSA. While the residents of the Elder Street Art Lofts don't generate these massive revenues, they are a meaningful and seminal part of an arts culture that is blooming on the northwest border of downtown Houston.
So everybody has their strength in whatever it is that they do. So you have to just grasp what it is that you do and just keep doing it.